that make us
Mormon?
Mormon.
The really informing growing stages of first writing a song. None of it was for the purpose of like, I'm thinking I'm going to be a star. It's, I have to write this song. Good morning.
Good morning.
Justin is like in a really good mood right now. He's accidentally tapped into this whole intermittent sleeping thing. This is why it's crazy. Justin is the one that always needs like 8 to 9 hours of sleep to be like at full capacity to deal with me. But I can get by with like, I could sleep 5 hours a night, you'd say, for all week without crashing. After about a week, I'd probably need a good 8-hour night. But I could, if I needed to, I could wake up between 5 and 6 hours a night. I got home at 3. Before any of you people start judging us, we're not bar people. My idea of partying till 3 was I ate homemade popcorn with my friends in her house and wrote songs.
One of the joys of not living in Nashville is it's always homecoming when we come visit. It's like a night in New York City every time we come. Just when you're that deprived of your friends here, you just don't want to say goodbye. I woke up and like my eyes shot open and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like probably 1. We have to call the front desk. And I look at her phone and I'm like, holy cow, it's 8 in the morning. I just slept 4 hours.
All right, everybody. Do I have cherries in my teeth? Today is a red letter day. In some perspectives, it's very small. It's still worth celebrating. Allow me to explain. If you go on my Instagram, 2016, you will find a photo of me in one of my favorite coffee shops in Nashville called Capital Coffee. Justin used to live right around the corner of the coffee shop. I have memories of letting Percy run around and playing with him and hanging out with Justin. But the significance of the photo is I'm sitting there in the coffee shop and it was a booking day. I was booking shows. It was the first year that I played out on the road with Justin. I'm sitting there with an iced tea, which I'm gonna get today to commemorate, and I'm on this dinosaur of a computer. Thank you, Aunt Lisa, because it was given to me by you. I was so incredibly grateful. That made me money because I booked shows on that computer. But man, it was just old and I was on it so often. It started getting slower and slower. It couldn't turn on without it being plugged in. It was an HP. I could just be working on something in the middle of an email and it just crash. So I became very used to that, but in that moment I was celebrating being an entrepreneur full-time. That was when I really took hold in doing music, putting it in the forefront in my mind instead of a back burner. I was celebrating in that, but yet I had so many other things stacked against me. Traveling is harder when you're not married, so that was a thing. Equipment that I had was very minimal. I didn't have this camera, I didn't have my Mac, I didn't even own a backpack. I was carrying my things around to work in a tote bag that was like peeling apart at the seams. You can always find joy no matter what situation you're in and no matter what things you're lacking. It's a red letter day because I haven't been back at Capital Coffee to sit down and have a work session since then. I remember there were so many other things going on in my life that were also negative, and I was working through that, but I was finding a simple joy despite all the chaos that was going on in my life. And now I get to go with my shiny, new to me MacBook Pro and sit down without having to plug it in. Actually, I think it's dying. I need to plug it in. I am a huge advocate for practicing gratitude in whatever moments you can, big or small. So this is just another one of those things. Man, it's good to be home.
Yeah. Our fiddle player used to live there. Some Nashville fun facts.
Lifestyles of the rich and famous, Andrew Prescott.
The glamorous life of Nashville musicians.
Take a moment to admire the paint job on this turbine. There's just spit rocks all over my phone. Dude, that's what we need right there.
Anyway, I forgot to share yesterday. I suppose I can share that now. My Shetland ponies. Shetlands are patrons that pledge $5 or more per creation on my Patreon page. You get exclusive monthly concerts with a Q&A, and I follow you on social media. I mentioned a couple days ago, the Patreon feed itself is very exclusive, so I get to have more conversation with you. I don't have to filter through nonsense comments. So that concert is not like me just going live on Facebook. That's going live for my Patreon followers only. I'm not going to promise anything, but I'll be much more willing to tell you many, many, many more secrets about music and such than I am just on my public Facebook and Instagram.
Like getting to show up to sound check. And I may come through once in a while, you never know. And that alone is worth the $5 per creation. I mean, you should be clicking right now.
Okay. The level above $5 supporters are my brood mares. This is when things start getting serious, y'all. And we're just beginning. At the end of my YouTube videos, your name is written in the video credits. Brought to you by you. And you get MP3 downloads of all of my YouTube videos. I mean, I've never done that before. There's so many things in here that I've never done before. They're getting serious.
Crazy.
Like from here on out, it gets intense. It's not just like walking up to a merch table at a show. These aren't things that I'm gonna make available to just sell on my website. It's only for people that are supporting me via Patreon. Because it's one thing for someone to just be like, yeah, I mean, I'll buy a CD. It's cool. But it's another thing when someone says, yeah, I want to buy a CD, but I also want to keep in touch with you and see how you're doing. I want to see the process that creates all these songs and these stories. That's what I want to be a part of, and that's what Patreon is. That's why it's a really big deal to me. Thai food! Oh my god! Hi, Mommy! I'm the daddy. So cute. Look, she looks hot. That is Charlie's booty. Boom, shakalaka. Let's have Thai now.
Why does it smell like ice cream?
Because it's heaven.
I should probably be in the middle.
Guy in the world,
I should probably be in the middle.
Why don't you sit there then? Sit there.
This is Carmen. She is the third person in our marriage.
No.
Not really. She's kind of like my little sister, but Justin's daughter. So I don't know how that works.
Wait, what? But she's the daddy.
Yeah, sister.
She's the daddy.
Very.
That's what I was
very
forgetting.
multi-layered.
But wait. Wouldn't that make us
Mormon?
Mormon.
We're dabbling in polygamy now.
Dabbling in polygamy? I didn't know you
How
could
do you dabble?
Spicy 125.
74.
Each level of spice is.
Thank you.
I gotta film this, y'all. Gotta get proof, or it didn't happen.
Right?
Y'all are so married. You just said right at the
I
same
know.
time.
Carmen's getting the tip.
There's another one.
All of those came out of the bottom of her purse.
8%. That's very generous of you, Carmen.
I was like, this might be good.
She's trying.
Thank you.
She didn't want to pay the tip. Yeah, she's fishing around the 50s to get the ones.
An album to finance.
I don't want to get sued.
But
Where's the seatbelt hole? Seatbelt hole, where are you?
What time is your curfew, Carmen?
I ain't got one!
is it I long to poop?
Yes.
I long to poop.
It's a stop look.
Is this a new Bonner record? Carmen well enough. She actually doesn't want to go to Jenny's, and she wants to go home and go to sleep.
And
So
I
she has
know
to get
for a
up.
fact, I know Carmen well enough that Jenny's with Charlie and Justin, she's willing to do.
Alrighty, here
Before
we
she has to
go.
work in the morning.
What it do?
What it do, boo-boo?
Hey, you want to go to Jenny's?
Oh my god, I'm always down. Do you want to go to the Brentwood location?
Look at this little guy. Is it good?
Wow. You know what I have to
Yeah.
say about that? Boom shakalaka.
We didn't have enough energy before, so we went and got more sugar in our system. Almost tripped.
Oh, you almost kicked me!
Thumbnail.
If I were half the girl you said I was, I'd be on fire. It'd be I who'd save the world while never growing tired.
What time's your curfew, Carmen?
This is like how it was on my. Never mind. Hold on, do it again.
Oh my god. So what time's your curfew, Carmen?
Well, Justin, thanks for asking. I don't have one.